the 11th of January. Got me, Stephen Ridgway, here today. Was hoping to have Eliza as well, but she has had to take her car to the garage. It broke down yesterday, all of the thing. So you've just got me today. So yesterday, Mr. Trick, yesterday was the end of an era. Microsoft ended support for Windows 7 and Windows Server 2008. Let's be honest, nobody should be running stuff that old anyway. But if you are, bear in mind that you will now no longer. So the Windows 7 is in extended support, which came to an end yesterday. Windows 8 comes to an end, or came to an end yesterday, but is not going to be offered extended support. So basically, if you are running Windows 7 or Windows 8.1 servers, you will no longer receive security patches, which, okay, functional patches, yeah, all right, good, very helpful, but security patches, critical. So it is the end of the line for those versions of Windows. Also, Chrome has, Google has said that they will not be releasing any further updates for Chrome that are compatible with Windows 7 or Windows 8. So really time to move on. Recommendation from Microsoft is obviously move to a more recent version of Microsoft's operating systems. So there we are, end of an era. Also on Microsoft news, as I'm sure most people are aware, today is Patch Tuesday, so it is a good time to start testing the patches, make sure they're okay, and get them rolled out ASAP. Various things in here. I mean, I have 98 patches if you include the Chrome features that are fixed via patches for Edge. Let me see. 11 criticals and 87 importance. So definitely worth having a look at these. I'm not going to go through them all because there's too many of them, but it is definitely the time to do the testing and get those rolled out. News, well, there are lots of patches being released by lots of organisations today, but a couple which are common and worth bringing to people's attention. Adobe has released Acrobat Reader, InDesign, InCopy, and Dimension. So they're very common and very commonly exploited. So I would say make sure that if you are using those tools, which most people probably are, check for patches, check that you've updated properly. Zoom has also released patches. They've released patches for Windows and Mac OS users. So the vulnerabilities include local privilege escalation in Zoom Rooms for Windows and Zoom Rooms for Mac OS clients. So they're saying these are high severity vulnerabilities, and they're recommending patches be applied ASAP. They've also brought to our attention the fact that there are some medium severity bugs in Zoom Rooms for Mac OS clients in versions before 5.11.4. Down to an insecure key generation mechanism. So to quote, the encryption key for IPC between generated using parameters that could be obtained by a local low privileged application. The key can then be used to interact with the daemon service to execute privileged functions and cause local denial of service. So not good. as always, is by far the most important. So yeah, if you lose your keys, you lose the ability to control the tunnel. On other matters, the Strong Pity hackers group are targeting an version of Telegram, which is impersonating the Shaggle video chat platform. So Shaggle is a legitimate random video chat platform allowing strangers to talk via an encrypted communications channel. It is online, it does not have a mobile app. So Strong Pity has taken the Telegram app, has Trojanized it, and is basically offering it for download as a Shaggle app. Once installed, it allows the attackers to monitor calls, messages, so on and so forth, the usual sort of stuff. So if you have been tempted to install this particular, is hidden somewhere in the name, but there we go. Be aware, it is a web service. There is no, at the moment, no Android or other mobile app available. So if you have downloaded it, be careful, because it may well be a Trojanized version of the Telegram app in the background. One way that you would know would be if you tried to install it and you already had Telegram installed, it wouldn't install, because it would see that as installing over itself. So it won't install if you've already got Telegram in place. So there we are. Watch out for that one. And the final thing from me today, which is, I think, of great interest if you're following the stories around these organizations that claim to legitimately add spyware to devices. The US Supreme Court has given green light for WhatsApp to pursue a lawsuit against the NSO Group. The NSO Group is that infamous Israeli surveillance company that created and delivers the Pegasus spyware. WhatsApp has said that the spyware has then accessed information within the app and within the WhatsApp ecosystem in breach of the terms and conditions of the use of WhatsApp. So basically, they claim that NSO's group were carrying out illegal activities by installing spyware, regardless of whether that was being done on behalf of law enforcement agents, and especially law enforcement agents outside of the US, or government organizations outside of the US. WhatsApp say, we firmly believe that their operations violate US law, and they must be held to account for their unlawful operations. So that, I think, is a very interesting turn of events, and one which we will keep an eye on here, because it does raise questions about how are legitimate law enforcement agencies supposed to be able to access the messages and so on and so forth of legitimate targets for criminal investigations or so on. Is this just that the NSO Group seems to have been somewhat liberal in giving out their So that's all from me today. We will be back, hopefully both of us will be back with you tomorrow. In the meantime, have a good day.